According to the 2017 budget, there was a proposal to provide tab PCs to advanced level students and teachers. The budget allocated 4 billion rupees for this process, and tenders were called in May 2017. However, the opening of tenders was postponed on 3 separate occasions. Finally, on the 22nd of August 2017, the Cabinet-appointed Standing Procurement Committee decided to open the tenders. Now, in these tenders, there was one specification that the suppliers needed to meet. That is, the products must have the EC code, or the Certificate of Europe, or the FC code, or the Federal Certificate of the United States of America. However, it must be noted that after the tenders were opened, the Procurement Committee imposes a new specification for these tenders. That is, the products must have the Federal Identification Code. In order to obtain a Federal Identification Code, it is not an easy process. The Federal Identification Code applies to all products used in the United States of America, all products manufactured in the United States of America, and all products which the manufacturer has an office based in the United States of America. In order to obtain the Federal Identification Code, it takes a process of 6 months. However, the Procurement Committee for these tenders says that this Federal Identification Code must be secured in 3 days. Now, when the bids were opened to provide tabs for advanced level students and teachers, there was one bid that stood out from the rest, which was for 7.425 billion rupees. Now, after the bids are opened, the due process is to make the selection based on the price and award the tender to the lowest bidder. However, after the requirement of the Federal Identification Code was imposed, there is only one firm that is suitable to provide the tab PCs. It is reported that the Ministry of Education is preparing to award the tender to that firm for a price of 6.8 billion rupees. Their initial bid was for 7.425 billion rupees, and one can argue that after coming for a high price of 7.425 billion, they brought down the price for 6.8 billion. But under the specifications imposed previously for the Certificate of Europe or the Federal Certificate, 2 bidders with bids of 4.1 billion rupees and 4.2 billion rupees could be selected for this process. However, awarding this tender to the bidder for 7.425 billion initially and then to 6.8 billion rupees, the government of Sri Lanka will lose more than 2 billion rupees. Tab PCs were to be provided to 159,078 advanced level students and 36,070 advanced level teachers. But with the price increase after introducing a new specification, 36,000 advanced level students or advanced level teachers or a mix of the two will lose the opportunity of being given a tab PC for their educational purposes and teaching purposes. After opening bids, it is a procedure that you cannot introduce a new specification, and it is against natural justice. So the procurement process in this is flawed and marred with irregularity. If the tender process was followed with the first specification of EC or FC, that is the Certificate of Europe, and the Federal Certificate, the due process that needs to be followed is to award the tender to the lowest bidder based on the price.